let me raise a separate issue, a related issue, and one that may concern us both as parents of little tort bots who may go out there into the world and harm others and not understand and comprehend and appreciate the consequences of their actions, which is a parent responsible? And there's kind of two things I want to address. First, I'm going to take a little bit of a detour to talk about one specific statute, which as plaintiff's attorneys isn't a statute we ever want to have to rely upon. Well, not all of it, but most of it, right? Maybe all of it, actually. And there's a system set up where there is statutory vicarious liability of a parent for the criminal / juvenile / civil tortious conduct of their children. But a couple things about that. First of all, obviously, if you're talking about, juvenile convictions or juvenile adjudications or criminal convictions, that's a thing that's going to happen. The authorities are going to do, right? As a plaintiff's attorney, I can't get someone convicted of a crime. I can't get them adjudicated juvenile delinquent. Now, if someone's act of juvenile delinquency, we talked before about a kid hitting another kid with a bat, right? I don't practice in the juvenile court system. There's always analogous language, right? You don't charge a juvenile with a crime. They get adjudicated or not adjudicated of an act of delinquency or whatever. But you could imagine a situation where the juvenile court system decides to seek some sort of finding or adjudication if there's enough malice on the part of this 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old who's attacking another one with a bat, right? Just how bad was it? Are they playing and the one hits another, or is this, an 8-year-old trying to assault somebody? And the more intentional that is, the more likely that some non-criminal but analogous juvenile justice system body gets involved in that. If they do, and you're damaged by it, you can make a claim for actual recovery as part of the juvenile delinquency proceedings. Separately, you can file a civil suit against a parent directly, alleging under the statute that parent is vicariously liable for the tortious conduct of the child. But here's the real rub on this. One, the actions of that juvenile can only be directly vicariously attributed to the parent if they're quote unquote willful tortious conduct. So not negligence, but intent to injure kind of stuff. Willful misconduct. Well, the problem is most parents have homeowners policies, if they have them at all, that specifically exclude, willful acts from the range of what they cover. So bad news for the parent of the miniature tort bot out there. Their insurance isn't going to protect them. Bad news for the victim. The insurance company isn't going to have to pay if the liability is against the parents under this specific statute, because it's willful and it's almost always in your policy exclusions. So as a plaintiff's attorney, you don't want to have to use this because you're moving yourself out of the world of insurance coverage and into the world of